Hey, I wanted to show you how I imagine editing questionnaires. This is a prototype in the browser, and I've highlighted some links and buttons with green. These are the ones that do something, open something. There are three main areas: questions, obviously, mathematical formulas, calculated based on answers to some questions, and advices. The advices appear after submitting all the answers, and each advice can appear conditionally based on choices and answers to questions and based on the result of mathematical formulas. So each advice has a title, some description or comment, and optionally a link to external website with even more information. And it has a description of the conditional logic that determines if the advice appears in the final report. So we can edit all those parts of advice and edit the conditional logic. This advice has a bit more complicated logic. So it appears when those two conditions are met or this condition is met. And this advice appears if those two conditions are met or those two conditions are met. When you select a question here or the formula and save, this is going to be a link, and it goes both ways. When you associate advice with a question, a link appears also in the question here. And here you can see that there are other conditions besides this one, this question. So this advice appears if gender is female and age is at least 12. So this one is a single choice question. We also have numerical questions, and you can also add multiple choice question suitable, for example, for allergies. You can select several allergies that you have. So in this question you can see that the result of answer to this question is used in a formula. Same with weight. In this question there is a conditional logic also that determines if the question appears or not. So it appears only if gender is female and age is at least 12. And you can edit this logic the same way that you edit logic for the advices. And you can also add more choices or edit question title. Now let's go to the formulas. Here you can type in a mathematical formula or even use functions like in Excel. You have to enter numerical IDs of the questions. Of course, we cannot expect that the users will know those IDs, so you can select a numerical question from this drop down, and below there is a dynamic preview, so you can confirm the IDs are right and the formula will work correctly. Then you can reference this formula in a question, so in an advice. So this advice appears if BMI is at least 23, or for ages for people older than 19 if the BMI is greater or equal to 25.